Good evening, families. It's Mr. B. I was quickly making some videos for some parents who like this more than the written directions from the school district. Just talking about what's going to happen possibly tomorrow, January 4th. Just know that the most important thing is that the school district makes the decision about having an e-learning or at-home learning day due to weather. The school, Weaver Lake, does not. So you will not get a phone call or a message from the school at first. You will get a phone call or a mass email from the school district. And the number looks something like this. 763-391, and I don't know what the last foot is, but that's what it looks like. So please don't ignore that phone number, because that most likely will have information about what school will be like tomorrow. And unless you get a phone call or an email saying that there is no school in person and that learning will be at home, school will be held as normal. Okay, I know it's confusing when you get devices sent home and then you automatically think that it's a learning from home day. It is not a learning from home day unless the school district calls or emails you. So please make sure to check your phone. Make sure that check your spam folder of your email in case it accidentally goes from the mass email from the school district. It goes sometimes into people's junk mail instead of their regular inbox. But unless you hear something from the school, we will have in-person learning. I cannot do in-person learning and then do e-learning at the same time if you choose to keep your child at home, which you can do if you want, but I can't provide learning at home if we're having learning at school. So again, unless you get a phone call or an email from the school, which we have not gotten yet, and we probably won't for a while, school will be held as normal. Buses will run their routes. Please be patient as they will probably be late. The phone call or message can be made as late as 5:30 in the morning tomorrow morning. So you may not hear anything before you go to bed, which I know is very frustrating because you are trying to make plans for either staying home from work, going to work, finding care. I understand your frustration, and I don't understand why it takes them this long, especially since we know it's going to snow all day tomorrow. It may be okay in the morning. It's going to be really bad probably at dismissal. So hopefully the district will consider that. If we are at home learning, though, school can't provide any lunches or snacks, so please plan accordingly. Teachers are required to have at least 2 hours of being available for teaching or office hours. Some may teach longer, but know that most teachers hold their hours in the morning. And unfortunately, we don't have the same hours for all the teachers in the building. So if you have a child in fourth grade, their office hours for their teacher to get help from the teacher maybe from 10 to 12. And if you have a kindergartner, it may be from 9 to 11. So it can vary. Most teachers try and stick around 9 to 11 because they want to be consistent for families. I personally will try and be teaching all day. I think it's not hard, first of all, unless my internet doesn't work. I think it's something that should be done. It's my job. And so I plan to be teaching most of the day. And if that happens, I will have another video sent out to explain how that's going to work and what time we start and what we do about lunch and recess and all those things. We do use Seesaw as well to do some of our assignments. So if you have internet, your child should know how to log on to Seesaw. Inside their bags, they got a little note card with their login. So that if there's some reason they can't log on to Clever, which is the big blue C, which kind of is like a portal that holds all their logins, then they can use that card to log into Clever, which lets them log into Seesaw. I also went over how to do Google Meet with them today. So if we are at home, most of them got some practice about how to log in and all that thing like that. So hopefully it won't be so bad. But again, unless you hear something from the school district by phone and email, I think they do both. Please know that then there will be in-person learning. And if you choose to keep your child at home, I have attached a learning board, choice learning board, to an email I sent. I also put the copy in their blue folder so that you can see it without having to print it. If they choose not to come, they can use the board to do some learning activities as much as they can, and that will count for them being at attendance. If we do have e-learning days, I have to see them online or see their choice board complete the next day in order to count them present for attendance. If I don't see anything from you at all, I have to mark them as absent. So those are just some major things. I am going to put out a separate video to explain the Google Meet and Seesaw because this has been a long video already. So please feel free to rewatch it if you have questions and message me. I will be checking my mail all night minus the time it takes me to get home, and to make sure that parents are up to date with all the things. But again, please be looking at your phone.